right? Charlie, iti Sisia Enzo Maresca ne Wesley Fofana. What's going on? I mean, a fight and I say it's just misunderstanding, and I say what is seriously going on between Enzo Maresca and Wesley Fofana with respect to Wesley retain date. I mean, because and we'll get into it, of course. Safi no about say hi Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, so won't subscribe to the channel now. So subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. Now of course we subscribe here. Once our notification bell now, tap it so why tap it so now make sure so I turn on notification. And send anytime your content be on ever drop over here be on we first start moving us our content. So enjoy analysis now as on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Making sure say we enjoy analysis thing and heading come on here and on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Some of you also have been sharing the link now of the show around. Let me catch up and say thank you very much for linking up more share. I'm out for when your conversations to be near come in terms of the analysis now. Thank you very much to all of you. Now, you hear him say in terms of January about transfers and from a non Pani and Nenny and Romania. One of the things that we've spoken about extensively has been the transfers of the various players. You didn't come more about how Paris Saint-Germain for Kakota Branch Vice, a friend of Vice Correscalia. That's the conversation of Chelsea Football Club and the kind of winger that they may get in. In fact, the breaking news is that expect to see a branch of friend Madrid this month. There's going to be the return of the sample being doping test 105 at the choir analysis now back at Chelsea, and Chelsea are going to know exactly what's in there for Brantia, your friend Madrid. But in all of that, Chelsea for have been clear, said they would want to get a left winger in the absence of Brantia Fred Madrid. It's an important thing for them. Enzo Maresca and the backroom staff now would want another left winger. Now, in the lead up to FA Cup game at Chelsea and the Mercombi, the English FA Cup with them now. Enzo Maresca heading come with the team, a prepared team, and a pre-match press conference over there. And saying anytime there press conference, we'll talk about the details in there. I would respect to other things near preview match and so on. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube now. A big bomb in the toe, serious bomb in the toe, and it is the bomb of Enzo Maresca and Brantia, your friend Wesley Fofana. Now, my main recount the story now. Somewhere about 2 weeks ago, Enzo Maresca Baba pre-match press conference. I think said it was the game against Fulham, and then the next one at Ipswich Town. And when Enzo Maresca Baba Tremo, I'm gonna be saying about the state on the centre backs now. I'm gonna prepare when the team. I want Maresca Baba Tremo say the thing is that social team now. I'm like a centre backs, and it looks as if Chelsea have to do something. Mekai. So me kwame be analysis at church mu say that's the reason why in Chelsea for Afar Brantia friend Aaron and Selmino from Boca Juniors in Argentina to come in. So be Brantia friend Aaron and Selmino betting about joining Chelsea team and to provide cover. There was also an opportunity for Brantia friend Joshua Kofi Champon to come in and play some good football. And me I kind of several times say we share the skill set of Brantia friend Wesley Fofana. If you compare him to Tosin Adrabiayo doesn't fit that skill set of a Brantia friend Wesley Fofana. Wesley, you're more combative, you're more aggressive. He's able to nip danger in the bud earlier. Of course, Tosin Adrabiayo will manage the danger first before trying to be aggressive. The profile of centre back is a little bit different, and Chelsea wanted that. Now, of course, fast forward in the game against Crystal Palace, Chelsea about Brantia friend Joshua Champon, and he did fairly well. Now the big problem, however, was that Sena would this and come on, which is our analysis now. Enzo Maresca Becca said Brantia, a friend of Wesley Fofana, was going to be out for about 12 to 14 weeks now. About one thing, a lot of the people said, oh, that means that the season of Brantia friend Wesley Fofana is over. And no, and Wesley Fofana ending in Namfufo on Instagram on my interview. I said, or no as a player friend Wesley Fofana there. Onim Nientia Enzo Maresca Kase or no about nature up until 12 to 14 weeks, and of course extended wise up until the end of the season. Now I know Wesley Fofana there, he is going to be in there, he's going to be back in 3 to 4 weeks maximum, or back to come and play football our Chelsea Football Club. Emma will be on worry, he'll come in and play football. I mean, It was a surprise. Again, all of the analysis near is but what is the issue? Mekaisa said it is one of two things. First one, the fact that Sausha Wesley Fofana, maybe team doctors want to catch and say he will return in 12 to 14 weeks. But on he wants to be delusional. I mean, he believes that he can come back earlier into another side of only 3 to 4 weeks, and he doesn't agree. Again, Mekaisa team doctors catch and say, yes, surgery. But on Wesley Fofana did say, he said he didn't want to do surgery. In fact, in France, he had been told, say, Combra, France, Saint Etienne, Honam, now come back and surgery, you know. Senegal are returning to play football in pre-season again. Of course, so we a coach now, Enzo Maresca. Maresca took the opportunity, say, all the pressure better sporting directors, so especially after the injury of our brand friend of Benoit Belachile, also in addition to our brand friend Wesley Fofana, to get some more centre backs into the team. Now, obviously, Wesley Fofana, they was not happy. Say our brand friend, coach friend Wesley Enzo Maresca. Edit to our bunting, said my brand your friend Wesley Fofana was going to be out for 12 to 14 weeks, and that it was going to affect him. And of course, or the two bunting, of course, Wesley Fofana went to reply. And then, and a pre-match press conference against Malcolm Bino, journalist ABC Enzo Maresca a lot of questions. Now, key amongst them in our questions was the conversation around Wesley Fofana. The fitness situation, the injury situation, whether or not he can go on and play for Chelsea in 3 to 4 weeks. I hope and Enzo Maresca said in the last few weeks, why a lot of medical meetings with Chelsea medical staff, and in that medical meeting, the medics have told him said Wesley Fofana without he going back injured throughout the season there. Then 12 to 14 weeks. Now, I know Enzo Maresca there. Signed a medical team when they did the assessment, when they did a meeting for and he doesn't know why Wesley Fofana can say or back in 3 to 4 weeks. He went on to say, so Wesley so bit me about back in 3 to 4 weeks, yeah. Then that is good. He wants to see Wesley Fofana back in 3 to 4 weeks. He wants to make sure so Wesley Fofana can come back because that's going to be positive for him. And Enzo Maresca has been clear. So he didn't intentionally say, he said, a brand here friend of Wesley Fofana was not going to be able to play, from now to the end of the season. But it was what the doctors had told him. And I'm not all catcher, Abrantia, the friend of Wesley Fofana, because he didn't believe Sir Wesley was going to be back to play football, especially after senior doctors I have all the analysis with him, have all the conversation with him. No, Jiatum say Abrantia friend Wesley Fofana was not going to be able to play and then come back to come and play football in there, to come back and play football in 4 to 3 weeks. It's something that is huge for Abrantia, your friend Enzo Maresca and stuff like that in there. In terms of what was going to happen and all of those stuff. Of course, we didn't expect that Wesley Fofana was going to be back this quick in there. So we're expecting to see when Enzo Maresca was going to be back. Maybe let me pull up the conversation of Enzo Maresca and what he said. And this is exactly what Enzo said on Wesley Fofana. It's been quite clear. Spoke with West 12 to 16 weeks. The club mentioned in the situation. West is thinking he can recover sooner than that. Then we are going to see. Or see when Wesley Fofana didn't come up and catching what the club told him. And he believed, of course, he's going to believe the medics ahead of Wesley Fofana. If Wesley can come back within that time, then that is a good one for him in there. And he's going to have a very, very good conversation. He's going to be fine and see if our brand friend Wesley Fofana is going to come in and play some good football in there for our brand your friend Wesley Fofana. Of course, I'm talking about Chelsea centre backs and the issues. I'm in this interview here in a pre-match press conference. Wesley Enzo Maresca was asked again about the fitness level of our brand friend Reece James and our brand your friend Romeo Lavia. Medical catcher in the last few weeks said one of the players that's going to be very instrumental for Chelsea if they can go on and win anything or even qualify for Champions League this season. Our brand friend Romeo Lavia. Now, I spoke about the physicality and combativeness of our brand friend Romeo Lavia. On the ball, off the ball, he has been really instrumental. A player here anytime Chelsea need a cover, he's able to come back and give them that cover in the middle of the park. Or more physicality and combativeness. Now once he controls the game in build-up, essentially a very, very press resistant. So I mean, in games and Chelsea would want to rest Enzo Fernandez, any Brentford friend Moises Caicedo. There should be Romeo Lavia, there should be Kenan Drisby or Honham to come in there and then come and play some good football over there. Coach friend Enzo Maresca has been clear. Or say Romeo Lavia, any Brentford friend Reece James are both available for Nyami Adumochina FA Cup game at Chelsea against Morecambe. Or say Ochina Omunina are fit to come and play, and they will see some minutes over there. In terms of how they are going to go on in there. Of course, Saudi, Chelsea, and Enzo Maresca press conference, the updates of the players in there and what can happen. In fact, there are only 2 players, Enzo Maresca, throughout the press conference now. It shows that clearly looks as if they are going to leave, and it was a Brentford friend Cesar Casadei, and a Brentford friend Benjamin Chilwell. I'm almost saying about Chilwell. I see a Nyadi Benjamin Chilwell, because there is a very high likelihood that Benjamin Chilwell may leave. And of course, like I wrote down, Kai said, Casadei and Chilwell are the only players Maresca confirmed today, say almost on the verge of leaving. Chelsea Conference League team will be, decimated this January. I expect Drisby to leave too. The Sassy may not get a big offer in January, so he may stick around. The same with Christopher and Kuku. When big offers arrive, I missed the Chelsea team may go on and then go away in them. Of course, in terms of a Brentford friend Christopher and Kuku conversation, it's something that's going on. Enzo Maresca was asked about Brentford friend Kenan Drisby, or said Drisby will stay and he will fight for his place. By now, according to Niza Kensela, Niza say West Ham are interested in Chelsea midfielder Kenan Drisby Hall. Graham Porter a pushy to sign a Brentford. Your friend Kenan Drisby Hall is believed to be in the short list of options to improve Chelsea's squad in there. In terms of what's going to go on. Of course, in that press conference, no one be saying Enzo Maresca say, I say, still in forecast in terms of transfers, on sharing and taking parts, and it's not say, oh, what are you guys saying? Transfers, the since we started, it's the same concept. It's a decision we take together. At the end, I'm the one who is working with the players. How can I train with the players if there is no voice from the manager? It's not only the manager that decides, it's the decision we all take together, like I said. And then in modern day football, managers and sporting directors not come together to take a decision that they think will be, worth the money of the club, and that's what all of them do together. And that's exactly what Enzo Maresca is saying that he does with Stewards and Wayne Stanley Moore in terms of getting a player for Chelsea Football Club in that regard. Now, the other huge thing is that breaking news: Paris Saint-Germain are trying to hijack Chelsea player beam. And you see, Paris Saint-Germain for some reason are using this January transfer to get all the players down open. Now the thing is that one shiny year, now Paris Saint-Germain will not go far in this year Champions League. The club may go down in terms of even more attractiveness. There will be more competition in the summer. So there is another Chelsea player, another Chelsea here marking. In fact, Chelsea did home come earlier on, in the season. But as it stands now, there is a huge likelihood that Brentford, your friend John Duran, Paris Saint-Germain will go to Aston Villa and then get him away. Now, according to Fabrice Hawkins, Paris Saint-Germain after Aston Villa sporting director friend Monchi, they've asked questions. Now, I said it the last time. In terms of box present strikers, hold up strikers are almost create a lot of separation, almost share goals now. Almost very important for our teams now. A Brentford friend John Duran is one of those players, and he plays very well in there. He creates a lot of goals, scores a lot of goals, ball striking here, one of the best outside of the box, inside of the box. A Brentford friend John Duran is an exceptional player for team your friend of Aston Villa, and it's the reason why after say Paris Saint-Germain for the team turn a Brentford friend Randall Colomwania, they'll go in and go and pick him. Mind you, Sir Brentford friend John Duran on Chelsea's radar. In fact, he has been on Chelsea's radar for a very, very long time. From the summer, and at Chelsea started so moving come up about a Brentford friend John Duran. They've always wanted him a different profile of a striker to Nicholas Jackson. Obia or you're more aggressive, or you're more combative, with him creating better separation or boxing, and of course, so spam crosses into the boxer. It's in a cut with aerial duels no she goes or my team. So he's the kind of player. Abrantia, your friend John Duran here, and that's the reason why they are pushing for him. They are trying so hard, so they will do everything possible to get Abrantia, your friend John Duran, to over there now. Paris Saint-Germain, Abrantia, friend John Duran there, then it means that Paris Saint-Germain for a hijack another Chelsea player after Victor Kvaratskhelia. Paris Saint-Germain are pushing very hard to get John Duran may be the next one. Paris Saint-Germain for are going to get from Chelsea. Football club and everything that goes on in there. In fact, this month already, the conversation is that the Premier League player of the month is going to Alexander Isak, and then of course the Premier League manager of the month, Ecom of Hampton Wanderers manager, our friend Nuno Espirito Santo, or the Premier League manager of the month. Other than possibly Chelsea, genuine contenders, someone that can afford Alexander Isak. I doubt Chelsea for will go and get in Abrantia friend Alexander Isak. I doubt he's going to do that. I think Abrantia, your friend Alexander Isak, is not going to go to Chelsea, especially this summer. Over the Manchester City are presenting a plan and formal proposal to Palmeiras for centre back, your friend Victor Rice. It's not an alternative option to Kosanov, who is set to join City soon. Rice has agreed personal terms with City, and the clubs are discussing for Victor to stay on loan at Palmeiras until the summer for him to join. And that's the same time a Chelsea 4-boy, your friend the Chelsea 4-boy, your friend Estevan Willian is going to join also into in the summer. Honestly, joining team, my friend at Chelsea. It's an important one for him in there in terms of Chelsea coming in and how good he's going to be in there. Of course, an important player. In that regard, also our players, and we'll see how that goes in there. Very, very good conversation for Abrantia, Yefreno, Victor Rice in there. In terms of transfers, there are lots of them that's going on, and a lot of the transfers that's going on there. We're going to see how that's going to go on. There are a lot of transfers, a lot of conversation, and obviously when we are done, we'll have that conversation here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So let us go through the rest for you in terms of the transfers and what's going on. A lot of transfers in terms of some of the things that are going on. It's an important one. Like I said, Kosanov, RC loan for centre back, something that looks as if it's going to join team, my friend Manchester City over there. An important player in that regard. And then in the FA Cup semi-final conversation, Mikel Arteta said we have certain limitations and we have a lot of gaps and a lot of things to cover to become a team that we want. And then availability of those players, you can afford them even if you want to. It's something sometimes cannot be possible. I'm talking about when you're talking about things like FFP, Nesani Maneman. Ruben Amorim made him come up about the players. The first one, Marcus Rashford. I see we'll see. Let's focus on the game. We'll see the selection of the game again. Kobe Mainoo. I see our ideas is always to keep the best players, especially the talented ones, the players to build this club around. I'm really happy with Kobe. He's improving a lot, and also Garnacho over there. All of the coaches need income, of course. And I know Pembekacho Abrantia, your friend Trevor Chalobah, and the whole conversation has come up again, and Enzo Maresca has spoken about him. They had a conversation around him again in terms of what Enzo Maresca can do and what he can do over there. What has come up, and he said, Abrantia, your friend Trevor Chalobah, Enzo Maresca was asked again about him on a press conference on him, and Enzo Maresca said, Maresca and Trevor Chalobah and Erico loan agreements. Let's see, Trevor, we know him. He's a good player. At the moment, he's a Crystal Palace player, and that's exactly what Enzo Maresca said. The first line, see, we know him. It means that he doesn't expect to see anything different for Trevor Chalobah. A lot of the Chelsea journalists broke the news, said Chelsea may go to Crystal Palace and then bring back a Abrantia friend of Trevor Chalobah. But Enzo Maresca has been clear, so there's nothing else to see with Trevor. He's a good player, but I no wonder he wants to bring back to his team. So I don't think Chelsea will bring him back a Abrantia friend of Trevor Chalobah. Hi, Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us for the evening edition. Let me add more up.